So, that was a race that happened. That's the only way I can describe this. I am very torn. Because on one hand, like, the quality of racing was excellent. Like, there was only like 2 or so laps that I could say, yeah, that might have been a little bit of freight training, but for the most part, it was so very competitive. You could see that there was really very little edge. Like, I'd say the biggest edge would be like the powerful cars week in and week out were more powerful than everyone else. So Talladega has definitely become far more equal than it has been in recent years, and that's kind of astounding to say the least. Like, I half expected JGR to dominate like they did at Daytona, and they kind of did. They were powerful. So it started out, it was pretty normal, like tame and all that business, and then it was right when halfway hit that the race really clearly changed. Like right at lap 90 when everyone was going crazy before that caution. It is fucking hot out here. It was right at lap 90 when it was about halfway, and it was like, I don't even know what to say as far as that's concerned. That water is hot. Not tasty. So, I just don't know what to say. The first half of the race, I'd say, was some of the best restrictor plate racing that we have seen consistently for like the last, easily, since 2014, for sure. Like, last year was just shit. And 2014 wasn't great. But we haven't seen exactly consistent. I'd say my favorite years for restrictor plate racing would be from 2009 to 2012. That pack racing right before tandem drafting, and then tandem drafting. We saw, for I think like the first time in so very long, restrictor plate racing at Talladega that looked like the stuff from, 2010 and 2011. Like, there was just enough balance in the cars to be able to bump draft considerably, and while that caused so many wrecks, like for instance, Michael Waltrip, there's this really interesting contraption that your left foot goes on in the race car. It's called a brake pedal. If you're on the apron, sailing it into the turn 3, why don't you apply just a little smidgen bit of brake? Like, it was a nice save, but then you fucking wreck mirrors for no reason. That's for you, Michael Waltrip, but you made up for it at the end of the day. You were competitive for the most part, and it's like, whatever. Mears probably wasn't going to win anyway. But there were so many names up front today. Bain, Trevor fucking Bain, dominating fashion for that second half of the race. That was stunning. I haven't seen Bain be that competitive anywhere. And like last year, he strung together some good runs at Talladega in the fall. He had a good run going, but he wasn't leading laps then. He led laps and was competitive today. He's getting better. When we come back in the fall, you might just see Trevor Bain getting in on the action. Because currently, if the chase were to start right now, Trevor Bain would be in P16, and Trevor Bain would be in the chase. 2016, what do I got to say? So, this is only 4 minutes long, and yet here, what else can we talk about? The rain was a factor. Like, everyone... Okay, I'm going to turn around because the wind is coming up, and I want it to be in my face so that it doesn't fuck up the microphone. There we go. The rain wasn't a factor. I mean, it looked like it was going to be, like, all day. Like, all people could talk about, when it's going to rain, when it's going to rain, when it's going to rain. The race was never delayed by rain. In fact, the race started earlier because of rain. Thank you, rain. You provided some quick and nasty stuff, It's a good thing they started that race early, because I was bored as hell. I was playing Gran Turismo 2 for the first time in, I'd say, 6 years, and I must have gotten better or something. I'm playing it mostly to do the review, but I might just play it recreationally now because that was fun. Anyway. It was just... Oh, fuck. I'm just realizing now that I have I have it unplugged, so... Sorry about that. I need to turn on media player so that it doesn't go on to sleep mode while I'm recording this shit. Anyway, yeah, what a Tony, good on you for getting out of the car there. Ty got you 7th place. Not too shabby. That's gonna help. Oh, where the hell are we going next week? Oh, we're going to Kansas, but I'm gonna go watch WWE at live show that weekend, so I'm going to miss that race. This is going to be the first race of the year that I've missed, unfortunately. But maybe I'll stream it at the wrestling show. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Payback's tonight. We got to watch that shit. Hopefully they fucking turn Roman Reigns heel sometime this year would be great. But anyway. Yeah, we're not even talking about the race anymore. We got plenty to talk about in the race. How about pit road? Hamlin couldn't do shit today on pit road. That was a messy pit road. Wow. Incidents on the track and incidents on pit road. Just going crazy, man. It was just all around a nutso bonkers crazy race. And I don't know what to say as far as everything else is concerned. It was just crazy. And I'm excited for the future of restrictor plate racing after that, because there have been some stinkers lately, and that was a competitive race that had a lot of cars that could have won at any point in time. Any of them could have just gone by and just been fine. But I'm just glad that Keselowski won, because I would have been glad if anyone except for Kyle Busch had won in that top 10 when it came down to it at the end. And Austin was working on it, but he forgot how to draft on the backstretch, so that wasn't going to happen. Chase looked like he was going to just come out like a bat out of hell. He was sailing it into turn 3, and if he could have linked up with someone, that might have been the winning combination. But closing thoughts. Good race. I'm excited for the next restrictor plate race for the first time in years, man. Finally we're excited for a restrictor plate race again. And if I had to rank this race, I'd put it easily in 4th for the best races of the year, behind Atlanta, Bristol, and where the hell did we go last week? Because that was a good race too. I don't even remember, but it was 4th behind whatever last week was. Because last week was a good damn race. This week was a good damn race. So anyway, yeah. My final thought is Truex. You need a different pit crew. They suck so many dicks, it's not even funny. So thank you all so much for watching this nearly 10-minute video. Nice. Pulling out for you this time. Nice. Oh, we could talk about the Xfinity race. What the fuck was that Xfinity race? Why was it? It was less competitive. It was pretty equal as far as this race was concerned. Usually the Xfinity plate races are better than the Sprint Cup plate races. That's usually how it's been for the last couple of years. And Logano flipped in that nearly. So that was good. That was a good race. But they pulled some bullshit there at the end. Like, if you're going to call a caution to end the race, and they're just about to the line, where the fuck was that in 2007 Daytona? That was nowhere to be found. Where was that caution at the end? Because, yeah, the 2 leaders got by, but 3rd place and back was destroyed. If 3rd place is not a consideration for the leaders, especially at a plate race, then what the fuck is a leader, you know? So, you can't use a plural on leader if 3rd place at a restricted plate race is not a leader. So that's just what I gotta say. So, where the fuck was the caution in 2007? But it's good because the only thing that NASCAR seems to be consistent with is their inconsistency. So at least they're consistent with that. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting hot as fuck. And I'm going to go drive for an hour and a half on the highway now. So, yeah. Hope you like the aesthetic. I know the microphone sucks dick, but the aesthetic's nice. Look at this beautiful world we live in. Yeah, see you next week.